You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome, holy welcome, holy welcome.
Good morning. I'm Kelly Kapsar, and this is Kenya. So, welcome, CSL St. George. I am leading the meditation today, and meditation is one of Kenya's favorite things, so she participates regularly. So, we'll be spending the next 10 to 11 minutes sitting together, breathing together, and feeling life together. So, if you would like to join me in closing your eyes, getting comfortable in your seat, and we'll take that breath. I frequently put my hands on my heart. It helps me remember that truly all is one. And so I put my attention on my feet right now. And I tune in to the earth beneath me. And I notice, does that earth feel rocky or fertile? Cool or warm? Is it moist or is it dry? And I take the breath and I just notice. And I notice the air around my head and my neck and my shoulders. What does the air around me feel like? I take the breath. And I let the temperature and feeling of the air and the temperature and the feeling of the earth merge together as one in my body. Our theme this month is going further together. And this week's topic is share the dream. And one of the ways I've noticed that we go further together is by being completely present right here and right now. And so, with the feel of the earth below me and the air around me, I notice this moment. And I know that whatever I'm experiencing is the unfoldment of divine in me, as me, through me. And so I take the breath, feeling into the planet, letting my breath and her breath become as one. And I feel into the center of the universe, letting my breath and its breath become as one. And I notice that my breath starts syncing up with that one breath. I feel it into my cells, the very bone marrow, all the organs, all the nerve endings, every part of my body. And so I rest back into this support, this deepening. And I ask, what is the dream that is longing to burst forth from each of us individually and all of us collectively? What is the dream that is longing to burst forth? And so we sit in the silence, awaiting the answer, letting our breath become as one. Are there any words or colors or phrases that make this dream, your dream, more real? Are there any smells or sounds or textures that help make this dream more real? If my head gets too busy, I simply put my attention on the breath back in my body, my breath and the planet's breath. And notice how and where do you feel this dream in your body? Did your feet maybe get tingly? Did your shoulder blades get warmer? Do you feel like you have champagne bubbles moving through your entire being? Does it feel as if the dream is just kind of staring at you and not showing itself completely right now? Whatever the answer is right now, we know it's all perfect. We know that the dream births in its own time, maybe even in divine time. And our job at this moment is to notice and be curious. And so with the next breath, we simply say thank you for all the ways in which the individual and collective dreams showed up or not. We tell our body thank you for accepting these changes with grace and ease. We take the breath top to bottom, front to back, and side to side. We thank the earth for her love and support. We thank the universe for its inspiration. And we come back to this time and this place and this knowing right here and right now, easily, gently, gracefully, being present and moving forward into the services. Thank you for joining me.
You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome, holy welcome, holy welcome.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in St. George. That's in Utah. But we're delighted you're with us here today. We're an open, loving, and inclusive community, and we promote thinking creatively and living a deeply spiritual life. We have a team that's going to present the service for you today. We heard Kelly Kapsar on our meditation earlier, which was great, and she'll also be back to offer our invocation. Chris McCardle is in the background controlling the show. And we got myself, Alan Stanley. I'll be your host and sing a couple songs. Then Mary Klein is going to do our sacred reading, which is our affirmation for our new minister. And we have a special guest today, Reverend Valerie Reeves from Grants Pass, Oregon, that's going to present our message for us. So with all that being said, I've got a little more to say. I wrote this song some years back. It was inspired by a book study I was involved in. The book was called Discovering the Power Within You, and it was written by Eric Butterworth. And the title of the song is Truth in Christ. And Christ in this song, and I'm going to read what the Christ in this song stands for up here, and you can read along. The mystic concept of the cosmic Christ is not that of a person, but of a principle, a universal presence, the universal image of God present in all creation, the pattern that connects. The term cosmic Christ here is a metaphor for that godlike consciousness that was and is present in all the prophets and other enlightened people who have and are using the principle to assist in the positive evolution of mankind, society, and or their own personal lives. Christ was not Jesus' last name, but rather a title for an enlightened person or anointed one that was created and given to him before the 12th century AD. So we often say when we see each other, that I see the Christ in you, because we believe the Christ Spirit is in all of us. And we look around in the right spots, we run across it. Like me, like you, people spend their whole lives through seeking what's true in life. In me, in you, and in everybody else too. Is love, is truth, is Christ. Up close, inside, like a star that lights the night, is a gift from God to you. Waiting, patient, till the time is right, and we will know that our love, our truth, is Christ. I'd like to bring Kelly back to offer our invocation this morning. Hello, Kelly.
Thank you, Alan. So I take the breath in, continuing in the star that lights the night, the love that truly is. And I recognize that there is only one power, one presence, one love. And this is that which is back of everything. It is the stars in the sky, the waves of the ocean, the face of every single being we gaze into, the sound of everything we hear, the breezes and the purrs, the music and the words. And I know that God is right here. And I breathe into that knowing that the divine order, the divine life is what animates each and every thing, each and every person, each and every idea, each and every dream. And so as I know this is the truth for me, so do I know it is the truth for every single person. Those who hear these words right now, those who hear these words later. The truth of each of us is that we are divine in action. We are love in action. We are life in action. And so I know that moving forward, the seeds that have planted of the dreams that are ours are truly God-given. And as we water and weed and add the sunshine and the soil, the dreams all become the reality, creating a world that truly works for every living thing. And so I breathe into that knowing, I breathe into that life, and I simply say, with deepest, deepest gratitude for everything that is coming, I simply say thank you. And I release this into the knowing, the love that has already said yes, has already said yes, is already within every cell. And I simply let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is. So it is. Thank you, Kelly. Hear me, hear you. As we pray, we ask for truth till we find it inside. See me, see you. Dance for joy and all will too, as we find truth in Christ. Up close inside, like a star that lights the night, is a gift from God to you. Waiting patient till the time is right, and we will know that our love, our truth is Christ. Our love, our truth is Christ. So it is. So I'd like to invite Mary Klein now to read our sacred covenant for our new minister. Hello, Mary.
Good morning. This is a very sacred prayer that was written and put together by many, many spirits over the last couple years here as we have searched for a minister prior to the last one and this one. So I'd like you to join me either reading it with me or close your eyes as I read it as I begin. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. In knowing that I am one with this life, I know I am one with all of its blessed expressions, which include the presence of a new minister for my beloved spiritual community. Because I know that the highest purpose of my new minister is to express God. I therefore know that my new minister reveals wholeness. I further know that my new minister is the fulfillment of that which we believe, for it is written, "Let us learn to draw the divine substance down into our own lives, and as freely as it has been given to us, let us give it to others. Thus alone shall we be made whole." Quote from Ernest Holmes, our founder. As I stand in agreement with my beloved community, I see my new minister revealed before me as growing the center in joy and prosperity. I now intend to experience my new minister in full cooperation and agreement with my community, knowing the truth about myself, for I live the presence and the law of God. I demonstrate wisdom through a mature understanding of the wholeness of life. I am accountable and willing to take full responsibility for my actions. I participate in and support the nurturance and guidance of the community. I act from wholeness and congruence in thought, word, and action. I walk the talk. I embrace, at this time, I'd like you to look within in your own personal truth about here. Give you a moment. I now accept the highest expression of a new minister into my life, knowing that they are revealed in a way that expresses God and serves the highest and greatest good for all who are touched by their presence. I am so grateful, and so it is. Amen.
So it is. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. So I have an announcement to make before I sing this song. I had a big event in my life occur last week. I have a new sweetie. I really hadn't had a chance to meet her in person. I'd seen pictures of her and learned what I could about her over the internet. But finally, on this last Thursday, I got to meet her in person and hold her close and caress her thoroughly. It's not that bad. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce my new sweetie. This is the first time we've performed together, and her name is Sweetie. You know there's a light that shines by the front door, the key still under the mat. When your childhood star shines, always stay humble and kind. Go to church because your mama says to. Visit Grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be wasted time. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, and the work you put in's realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one, hold a grudge or a chip. Here's why. Bitterness will keep you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. I love you ain't no pickup line. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, and the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. When it's hot, eat a root beer popsicle. Turn off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sunshine. Always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, stop, turn around. Help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind. Namaste, my friends. This month's theme is Going Further Together. And today's talk, Share the Dream, will be presented by our special guest, Reverend Valerie Reeves. Came to the Centers for Spiritual Living in 1992 and became a practitioner in 1995. After raising her 4 amazing children, she entered the School of Ministry and became a minister in 2010 and became ordained in 2013. She's worked as a senior minister for the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living and the Huntington Beach Center for Spiritual Living. Valerie is a full-time speaker and trainer, currently living in Grants Pass, Oregon. This is our lucky day. I'd like to welcome Reverend Valerie Reeves. Hello, Reverend Valerie.
Hello,
Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you. That was awesome, Alan. I'm still laughing from your new sweetie because I really thought you were going to introduce us to a live person. Like, okay, that's great. That's great. Music, fantastic, wonderful. So it's my honor and pleasure to be here for sure. Thank you. I am claiming that today is the best day ever. That we just get in touch with that knower and that our internet connection stays amazing. It's kicked me out a few times. It's raining here in Oregon. So I'm going to take a breath and hopefully you are hearing me and all is well. Connecting. So let's all come together and know that that connection is fabulous and wonderful, and that we are connected. This is something that when we were children, we could only dream of, and a vision. So I'm just going to keep talking and know that everything is working in perfect harmony, and it's perfect just as it is and just as it isn't. And anything I say, you'll hear and you'll own stuff, even if I don't say it, exactly what it is that you're choosing and wanting to hear. So today's a great day to take out your dream, dust it off. Let's get to the vision of what it is that we're wanting in our lives, what it is that we choose, and not talk ourselves out. So I'm originally from Nebraska. And it was interesting. My dad used to plant crops. So he had hay, milo, wheat. And once in a while in these beautiful amber waves of grain, you'd see a corn stalk right in the middle. And it's like, whoa, Dad, what happened? We didn't plant that corn, but sometimes the seed was not pure. About our own thoughts, about our own vision, about our own life, and what it is that we're wanting, then the easier it is for the universe, spirit, goodness, godness to deliver that to us. Taking time to connect every day to the vision and focusing on the gratitude that it's already here. It's just still being revealed. What a beautiful thing. I recently was chatting with my brother, and I received this amazing text message from him. So he works for the railroad, and he had gotten laid off. Budget cuts, all of that. You get a certain amount of seniority. And he kept trying to get back on with the railroad. He was working another position that he was not loving totally. And I kept saying, find the gratitude in that. Focus on what it is that you're wanting. Well, he called me and he said, he's still living in Nebraska. And he said they would like me to come and work for the railroad, but they want me to be in Denver. That's not exactly where he wanted to be. And I said, celebrate the temporariness of it. We can do anything as long as we know it's temporary. Hold the vision, because as you get the seniority, I'm knowing that as soon as something opens in Nebraska, you're going to take that position and you'll have the seniority to do it. Well, he called me 3 times. I'm not sure if I should do it. I'm not. And I said, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's a job you love. It's double what you're making now. Go to the gratitude and trust that your intention to get back to Nebraska, close to your home base, is going to be happening. So he called me and he said, it only took a day. And they've already moved me in 2 weeks in Nebraska. He was thinking it'd be a year. And so he sent me a text message that said, don't let you talk to your dreams. How many times do we do that? We talk ourselves out of our own dream. Either we don't know how, or I don't have the money, or I'm not smart enough, good enough. Fill in the blank. I'm not, whatever it is. So taking time today to push that aside, pull out those dreams that aside. Know that something wonderful is happening. That is the best day ever. As we go to gratitude. Gratitude for all that is. And getting in that of positive thinking. I came to this teaching, I was listening to Wayne Dyer. And Wayne Dyer said, go to an airport and watch a 747 unload. And think of something positive about every person that comes off of that plane. It gets you in the habit of being a good finder. So I challenge you today to start looking at the good in everyone, because it's really easy to fall to the traps of the universe. Everything that's going on in the world right now, and getting that negative or that stinky thinking, we used to call it, where we're focusing on things that are not perfect or great, or noticing the flaws in people instead of noticing the greatness. Because as we're noticing the flaws in people, we're noticing the flaws in ourselves. Because of course, there's only one. Getting in the habit of noticing the good in yourself and putting down those old stories. Because many times we're so caught up in the old stories. It's like dragging a bag around. And I was thinking about this. My last Nebraska, I had to transfer flights to a different airline in in Denver. Now, if you've been to the Denver airport, it's huge. Well, I always like to do a carry-on to make it easy when I arrive where I'm going, especially when I'm switching from one airline to another. And one of the wheels on my bag had broken. So basically, I'm dragging this bag with me throughout the whole entire airport. And all I could think is, wow, this is like our lives. We drag so much of those old stories, that old, instead of putting it down and saying, I'm free. I don't need to tell that anymore. Because when we retell those stories over and over and over again, we put our bodies through that story. So put those stories down. Notice the things that you're talking about. You're noticing. Notice your thoughts. And coming to this teaching, I realized that it is a simple teaching. However, it's not easy. Simple, not easy, because it's a day and every single day to be aware of our thoughts, our beliefs, our words. We get caught up in other people's stories, and they drag us on their story with them. We get caught up in other people's negativity, and then we become more negative or notice the negative things that they're talking about. Now, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, conscious monkey, we're always thinking something. Nature of the mind is to think, so we're always thinking. Now, the subconscious mind, I used to always think of it as like a tally sheet. It just takes in everything that the conscious mind thinks about, remembers, notices, believes. And if we have more negative than positive, then that is our predominant area in life that's showing up. We move in the direction of our most dominant thought. So we want our dominant thoughts about our lives, ourselves, our dreams to be positive, to know that it's already here. Ernest Holmes once said, we are immersed in the atmosphere of our own thinking, which is the direction and the direct result of all that we've ever said, thought, or done. This decides what is to take place in our lives. This is what's taking place in our. And I've heard people just get so caught up in their old stories and their old beliefs. And then we form opinions about stuff, about ourselves. Well, what would happen if we put that down and know a new day? It's a brand new day. I can have a new opinion of this person. Let me focus on the good in them. If there's someone at work that's driving you crazy, let me see the good in them. Let me focus on the good. Let me help redirect the conversations to move in a more positive way. Or let me take myself out of the equation. Sometimes I need to step out of a conversation in order to take care of myself. It is said, and how they measure this, I don't know, but it says that much of our thinking is stuck in our memories. And statistics say that 60% of our thinking is about the past. We're not thinking about tomorrow or about our dreams or even being in the moment. We're thinking about the past, what this person did to me before, what my was, how I can compare my woe is me story with anybody else's woe is me story. And most of our stories, if you have any siblings, and I do, every time we compare a story about something that happened to us in childhood, it's totally different, remembered by each one of them, it is by myself. So I'll say something that my sister will say the opposite. It's like, no, that's not what happened. Or remember when this happened? How it happened. It was different. So we want to make sure that we're behind creating a new story. Once time, there was a magic person. That's you. That's me. That's all of us. Creating a life that they absolutely love and sharing the dream. Sharing the dream with yourself, knowing that it's absolutely possible. Makes me think of Cinderella. It's possible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. It's possible. The first time I did a workshop, I had my sister sing that song. And I had to talk her into it, but it was just such a beautiful thing. That people get to live their dreams, that we're embracing our own dreams, and that we're knowing that it's absolutely true. Now, I have, for many years, been talking about an Abraham Hicks cruise, and I was talking about it with my children. All four of them are wonderful, living their lives, living their dreams. They've been raised in this teaching, so they don't have as many blocks as I do. And every year it's like, yeah, I'm going to go, and then this, and yeah, I'm going to go, but then this happened. And so I made a commitment and an intention that in March, I'm absolutely going on the Abraham Hicks cruise, the Caribbean cruise. And the other night, my youngest son stopped by, and he had two phones. He had one that was videotaping him, and the other had all of my other children on a Zoom meeting. And he said, I forgot to give you something when you were at my office today. And I'm like, what? What are you doing? What is this? Well, my children decided to surprise me, an early birthday present for me. My birthday's not till December, but they want me to book the cruise before they had a chance to give it to me as a gift. I'm like, how did you do this? You didn't have my passport, and sneaky little kids that are grown adults now. They had gotten my passport, taking care of that. They decided to book me with a private room because maybe I snore. I don't know. Anyway, it was this wonderful, wonderful cruise, and could not be more delighted. It's one of those intentions that you have, and it's like, I don't have to figure it out. Let me let Spirit figure it out for me. And Spirit can figure it out by giving me some wonderful steps along the way, inspiring me with action take, because in this teaching, as we say, treat and move your feet. I can do a positive prayer, a spiritual mind treatment, and then allow Spirit to talk and to guide me into what are the next steps to take. So, out those dreams, I'm also a firm believer in sharing your dream. Now, I like to incubate ideas that I have until I'm ready to go forward with them. However, I have a mastermind group, and if you do not have one or a great friend that you can share a dream with that's going to support that dream, I highly encourage you to get that. So I have a mastermind group. We've been meeting for 6 years now, and every month we meet 2 times, and we talk about whatever our dream is. Now, we have rules that we don't put down anybody else's dream. We don't want to put down anybody else's dream. We hold that up for them with the intention that that is absolutely happening for them. And if you have a dream that you don't want to share, at least go to the mirror and tell the truth to yourself. This is absolutely possible. I'm a firm believer in mirror work. Going to the mirror, loving yourself through the process of life, the goodness, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. We're learning, we're growing, and we tend to always move in the direction of our most dominant thought. We are bound by nothing except belief. So what is your belief about yourself, about your life? What direction are you going? And have you pulled out your dreams lately? Have you looked at your dreams lately? Have you given yourself a motivational? You can go to a practitioner, can hold the dream and share that with you. Always having somebody else on your side, seeing the dream already complete. Live and immerse yourself in every thought, every feeling, every emotion of that dream already being manifest. which means that taking time every day. I like PowerPoint of every dream that I have. And it's like, okay, let me just go through my daily PowerPoint, my story. This is what's happening. I have a friend, her name is Madeline, and she will call me up and she'll just jump into conversations. She called me the other day and she said, oh my gosh, my significant other, we are so in love. Went and picked out the China pattern that we are looking for our wedding. So somebody can get that for us. She goes into this big, beautiful story. Now, is she dating someone right now? No. Does she have a true vision of what it is that she's wanting? Absolutely. That's her dream. That's her vision. In perfect harmony with her. She's gotten complete about it. And then every time I talk to her, it's even a little more clear and a little more clear. So I am knowing something wonderful is showing up. For you, for me, for all of us. So embracing and loving ourselves through that wonderful, wonderful thing called life. Now, of all the books in the library, and I have a lot, I've moved many times, and I keep discovering more about myself. When we move, it's like, what things will I like? I like to be at different places, having different experiences. We all have a different way of doing life. So I've allowed myself 3 boxes of books every time I move. And the one book that is always a constant is this thing called You. If you do not have this book, I highly encourage you to get this book. This is the book to have in your library. Ernest Holmes does talk about how amazing we are, how amazing life is. And one of his quotes in this thing called You, you are an eternal being now on the pathway of endless unfoldment. Never less, but always more yourself. Life is not static. It is forever dynamic, forever creating, not something done and finished, but something alive, awake, and aware. This is something within you that sings that song of eternity. Listen to it. It tells you all about you. Listen to that inner dream that's calling you. Let it bubble up. Take some time with you to pull out those dreams, to get very clear about what it is that you're wanting. Live a life, knowing that life is good and life is very good, that every day is the best day ever, because we're learning, we're growing, we're creating in this wonderful, I like to call it cosmic soup, where we're all co-creating together. So let's think about our dreams. And one of the things that I like to do when I was younger, I taught youth church, and we did the 5 steps of treatment using our hands, knowing that God, spirit, universe is everywhere. Step 2, knowing I'm one with that magnificent power. Step 3, knowing all is possible. That all of my dreams are right here, right now. Step 4, giving thanks. And step 5 is release. So, listening to the universe, what I found is that when I let go of trying to figure out how it's going to come, where it's going to come from, that I block the flow. So when I release and let it go and let the universe figure it out for me and let it divinely care, which means that I need to take quiet time every day to listen. Again, simple, not because discipline. It's like diet and exercise. I can know all about diet and exercise, but if I don't put it to action, then nothing's going to happen. It's the same thing with meditation. I can know all the benefits of meditation, visioning, and treatment, but if I don't take time to do it every day, it's doing nothing for me. Consciously aware of my thoughts, consciously aware of my dreams, and letting them sink down into the subconscious mind, knowing that it's true, it's real for me, and Spirit is guiding and directing me. And then gratitude space. I am so grateful. It is already happening. So let's take all of our dreams, all of our letting go and clearing anything that doesn't serve us, and let's just pull those dreams and visions as we go inside our heart of hearts. We close our eyes to all appearances, knowing that as we close our eyes, we know that there's only one, that we are absolutely connected to the oneness, the goodness, the greatness of the universe. That energy that aligns planets, that keeps the earth rotating, that grows the trees, aligns the stars, flows right where we are, that we are absolutely one with that beautiful, amazing power. And in this oneness, I speak my word and claim for each and every person. This something wonderful is unfolding. It is this thing called life. It's in our minds, in our bodies, in our souls, in our beings. And there is that inner knower inside of us that just knows that it knows that it knows that it knows the right and perfect steps to take each and every day, each and every moment. As we focus on the positive inside and the positive on the outside, seeing the goodness and the greatness of each and every person, each and every experience, knowing that life continues to change, to grow beautifully and eloquently through each and every one of us. As I just release my word into the universal action of the law, knowing that all is well, right here, right now, right where we are. And in gratitude, I release this, knowing all is well, and so it is. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Valerie.
Beautiful dreams, love.
That was great. And that's just an example of how a great speaker can overcome. I did not miss a word in that message, and it was a great message. And got to have a little rainfall once in a while. So thank you. We'll see you again soon, Reverend Val. Actually, we'll see Reverend Valerie at 12 o'clock at our meeting on top of the hour. So come on and join us. Namaste, my friend. Thank you. Okay. Well, that's just, every week we have a different speaker from somewhere around the country, and that's just an example of how great they are. Now, coming up soon, we have a new book club group meeting. Now, it's going to be starting on October 21st, and it runs on Thursdays from 6 to 7. It's facilitated by Sue Fulmer. And this book is Activate Your Spiritual Immune System by Reverend Michelle Madrana, Senior Minister at the Mile High Church. Oh, wow, that's going to be a great book. So you can get a hold of Sue. You can see her email there and get you signed up and help you get a hold of a book and join the group. See you there. Okay, now we're starting to meet again. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but October 30th, don't be scared. Anyway, from 10 to 11:30, we're going to meet at the Sullivan Virgin River Soccer Park again in Washington. That's where we met last time. Beautiful little gazebo right by a little pond. You get to watch the little kids fish, and their dads pretending they're helping the kids fish, but I think they're really more into it. But come on out and join us. It's a really good time. So we'll see you then. So, got some news here. The Core Council met, even though our financial figures are and have been public. You could go and get and review them. We're going to try something new and start posting them on the website. So you can go onto the website and see where we're at. We come out and present the budget once in a while, but this way you can go right on there anytime and see where we're at on our financials. In addition to that, because we're getting really close to making our move to get a roof over our head again. So we're going to start a building fund. Now, that building fund will be a separate line item on the budget, and you can go and look there. So when you give your gift, you can choose which way you want to go, or you can send half to the budget because we still got bills to pay, and you can send some over to the building fund, and that'll stay there exclusively for getting the new home. And we just don't move in there. We got first month's last rents and utilities and movers and this and that. So we're going to start building that fund. Now you can contribute several ways. You can contribute one by this square box called a QR code. You can just take your phone and put your camera up to it, and it'll take you off to an app. I don't know how it's going to do it, but it gets you all fixed up so you can give it that way. Or you can give by text. You can give online through Breeze. Links are on our website, and you can send a check. And so you keep your eye on that building fund. We're going to make that sucker grow, and we're going to all be together soon in our own little home again. So we thank you in advance. Our support teams are still there. Community Care Circle still active, providing, you need somebody to talk to, just call, or if you need something, give them a call or send an email. The practitioners are available and willing to help you if you like somebody to pray with, or just send an email or call the number and leave a message if you want to, and somebody will get back a hold of you. So we're still working here. As I mentioned earlier, Reverend Valerie is going to join us at 12 o'clock Mountain Time, so that's on top of the hour here. I don't know how many minutes, but we got our Zoom meeting. You can go to the homepage on our website, and you can see the little yellow area. You can scan on that, and that'll tell you how to get to it and join us. And we just have, looks like the Hollywood Squares there, but we have a really good time. We're talking about today's message and whatever else just comes up. So we'll see you there. Our new speakers. Well, first one is Anita Schuff, which is one of our regulars practitioners, and she will be speaking again on October 17th. She'll be talking about going further together. And on October 21st, we have a new guest, Denise Rosier. This is going to be a music message combo. She's a very talented artist, and you don't want to miss that. So on October 21st, join us for her message, Dig Deep. And we'll see you then. You won't be disappointed, I guarantee you. So our closing affirmation, we'll get everybody back up here. And don't forget, here at 12 o'clock, come join us. And where you go?
It looks like we lost Reverend Valerie.
That's okay. We'll get through this. So
I'll take her line.
Okay.
Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in all that I do.
I am it. I embrace it, and I share it.
Just the way that it is.
And just
Reverend
the way
Valerie.
that it is becoming.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
guys.
Should say it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Reverend
you.
Val. See you in a little bit. Thank you,
Bye, everybody. Join us in Zoom. We'll see you all there.
See, have a beautiful week. We love you all.